watching Fox 28. Good Day Columbus starts now.
7:44, welcome back. If you're planning a graduation party soon, as a parent, there are laws you need to know about. Local attorney Brad Koffel is joining us on Good Day Columbus. Brad, thanks for being here.
Good morning, thank you.
Listen, as a parent, we know the obvious. It's illegal to provide alcohol to people under the age of 21, yet it happens all the time, and there are some serious consequences for parents who serve, correct?
There are serious consequences that if a parent hosts a party, say a graduation party, and there are teens that are not their children present, those parents can be held criminally responsible. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to a $1,000 fine and up to 6 months in jail.
Okay. So what I didn't know, Brad, and a lot of people probably don't, there are times when it is actually legal to provide a minor with alcohols. Tell me about that.
Right. Well, number one, only parents or guardians can serve their minors. So you can be out in public, you could be at a restaurant, and if you want your 17-year-old to have a glass of wine, that's perfectly legal.
Really?
That's right. Secondly, if you're at a party and you don't serve alcohol to your teen, but you're present, that is also legal. Doctors can serve alcohol in the course of medical treatment. I'm not exactly sure when that would be.
I'm not sure either.
And then, of course, religious ceremonies.
All right, so those are the few exceptions to this rule. And breaking the law, of course, as a parent is one thing, and you'll be fined and face jail time if you serve. But you can also be held liable should someone leave your house and, let's just say, get into an accident.
Yeah, if a minor's at your house, someone under the age of 21, and they drink alcohol and they're intoxicated and they go out and they cause an accident, serious injury or death, the host who provided the alcohol, furnished the alcohol, can be sued.
So, you know, Brad, it's no longer okay for a parent to say, listen, I had no idea this was happening. They were in the basement, I was upstairs. That I didn't know defense no longer holds water.
In Dublin, and I think more suburbs are going to enact ordinances that lower the standard of proof so that parents can't say, I didn't know they were drinking in the basement. For instance, in Dublin, it's what's called a negligence-based standard. It's not what they knew, it's what they should have known was going on in their own home.
Okay.
However, there is a defense built into this model ordinance that's kind of spreading through the state that if parents take reasonable steps to prevent teen drinking, then it would not be a crime.
Because I think a lot of people understand that kids will do what kids will do regardless of how hard a parent works to stop it. What if you're out of town and you're not there at all and your teenage kid does what you said they shouldn't and has friends over and they're drinking and something bad happens?
Well, in my experience, in my professional practice, that's where most teen drinking takes place, when parents aren't home. And the question is, again, if you live in Dublin and you go out to dinner or you're out of town, what are the reasonable steps that you need to take to make sure that your teen is not hosting some drinking in their home? And for generations, the conundrum's been, how do we prevent teen drinking? And now the onus is on parents of Dublin to figure out what that is. So I'm anxious to see what they come up with.
And they're affirmative defense in that regard.
That's right.
We're out of time, but your message to parents who may be planning a party in just a couple of weeks from now, you know, they might think, well, just a drink or two. These kids are 18. Let's be fun.
Parents are put in a real dilemma because right now, the way the law is written, you can't have adult sober supervision at a party where there's going to be alcohol served unless it's parent to child. Therefore, the drinking that inevitably is going to take place is going to be pushed to cars, parks, and other places that's dangerous and surreptitious. So it's a real dilemma that parents have to figure out.
All right, interesting debate here. Brad Koffel, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Great message. Amy.